Introduction, Part 1, Exam Preparation. Chapter 1, Standard Internet Networking Models. Chapter 2, Physical Layer Networking Concepts. Chapter 3, Data Lake Networking Concepts. Chapter 4, IP at the Network Layer. Chapter 5, Introduction to Cisco Routers and Switches. Chapter 6, Initial Cisco iOS Operations. Chapter 7, Basic Cisco Configurations. Chapter 8, Bridging and Switching Operations. Chapter 9, Virtual LANs. Chapter 10, Introduction to Routing and Routing Protocols. Chapter 11, Distance Vector Routing Protocols. Chapter 12, Link State and Hybrid Routing Protocols. Chapter 13, Access List. Chapter 14, Network Address Translation. Chapter 15, Wide Area Networks. Chapter 16, ISDN. Chapter 17, Frame Relay. Part 2, Final Review, Fast Facts, Practice Exam. Part 3, Appendixes. Appendix A, Future Exam Topics. Appendix B, CD Contents and Installation Instructions. Appendix C, Glossary. Index. Table of Contents. Introduction. Part 1, Exam Preparation. Chapter 1, Standard Internet Networking Models. Introduction. What is an internet network? Types of internet networks. Local area network. Metropolitan area network. Wide area network. Storage area network. Virtual private network. Open systems interconnection. Upper layers. Application layer. Presentation layer. Session layer. Lower layers. Transport layer. Network layer. Data link layer. Physical layer. OSI layer communications. TCP/IP model, application layer, transport layer, internet layer, network interface layer, Cisco 3 layer, hierarchical model, access layer, distribution layer, core layer. Chapter summary, key terms, apply your knowledge, exercises, review questions, exam questions, answer to review questions, answers to exam questions, suggested readings and resources. Chapter 2, Physical Layer Networking Concepts. Introduction, Network Topologies, the bus topology, the ring topology, the star topology, the mesh topology, cabling, coaxial cable, twisted pair cable, fiber optic cable, wireless fidelity, Wi-Fi, infrared, Bluetooth. Physical layer devices, repeaters, hubs, network interfaces. Chapter summary, key terms. Apply your knowledge, exercises, review questions, exam questions, answers to review questions, answers to exam questions, suggested readings and resources. Chapter 3, Data Link Networking Concepts. Introduction, Data Link Protocols, Token Ring, FDDI, Ethernet at the Data Link Layer, Physical Ethernet Standards, Ethernet, Fast Ethernet, Gigabit Ethernet, 10 Gigabit Ethernet, 10 GBE, Long Reach Ethernet, Data link layer, devices, bridges, switches, duplex, microsegmentation. Chapter summary, key terms, apply your knowledge, exercises, review questions, exam questions, answers to review questions, answers to exam questions, suggested readings and resources. Chapter 4, IP at the network layer. Introduction, network layer functions, IP addressing and formats, binary, hexadecimal, IP address classes, subnet masks, private RFC 1918 addressing, subnetting IP, calculating hosts in a subnet, calculating networks in a subnet, the increment, determining the range of valid IPs, network layer devices, routers, layer 3 switches. Chapter summary, key terms, apply your knowledge, exercises, review questions, exam questions, answers to review questions, answers to exam questions, suggested readings and resources. Chapter 5, Introduction to Cisco Routers and Switches, Introduction, Interfaces and Modules, LAN Interface, WAN Interface, Cisco Memory Components, ROM, Flash, RAM, and VRAM, Cisco Internet Networking Operating System, Feature Sets, iOS Image File Naming, Cisco Router Models and Features, Cisco Switch Models and Features. Chapter Summary, key terms, apply your knowledge, exercises, review questions, exam questions, answers to review questions, answers to exam questions, suggested readings and resources. Chapter 6, Initial Cisco iOS Operations, Introduction, Terminal Options, Console Port, Auxiliary Port, Telnet HTTP SSH, Router, Switch, Startup Procedures, Post, Bootstrap, iOS Loading, Configuration Loading, Navigating the iOS, User Exec, Privilege Exec, Global Configuration, Context-Sensitive Help, Abbreviations, Shortcut Keys, Common Syntax Errors. Chapter Summary, key terms, apply your knowledge, exercises, review questions, exam questions, answers to review questions, answers to exam questions, suggested readings and resources. Chapter 7 Basic Cisco Configurations Introduction Global Configuration Altering the boot sequence, changing the host name, creating a logging banner, assigning a password for privileged exec mode, domain name specific commands, line configurations, securing console access to user exec, securing auxiliary access to user exec, securing telnet access to user exec, router interface configurations, assigning an IP address, enabling the interface, LAN specific commands, WAN specific commands, switch specific commands, assigning a management IP address to a switch, defining a default achievement way, configuring multiple switch interfaces, saving configurations, using the show command to get information, verifying your configurations, viewing interface statuses and statistics, iOS file version show commands, troubleshooting commands, backing up and restoring configurations in iOS using TFTP, neighbor discovery with CDP, using Telnet for virtual terminal access, terminal monitor, chapter summary, key terms, apply your knowledge, exercises, review questions, exam questions, answers to review questions, answers to exam questions, suggested readings and resources. Chapter 8 Bridging and switching operations, introduction, bridging and switching functionality, frame transmission methods, store and forward, cut through, fragment free, half and full duplex connections, switches and bridges comparison, switching design, spanning 3 protocol, root bridge, root ports, designated ports, blocked ports, port state transitions, enhancements to spanning 3 protocol, port fast and BPDU guard, uplink fast, backbone fast, configuring and verifying MAC addresses, port security, configuring and verifying spanning 3 protocol, changing priority and port cost, configuring Cisco STP enhancements, verifying spanning 3 protocol, chapter summary, apply your knowledge, exercises, review questions, exam questions, answers to review questions, answers to exam questions, suggested readings and resources. Chapter 9 Virtual LANs. Introduction, overview of virtual LANs, VLAN membership methods, the management VLAN, configuring and verifying VLANs, VLAN trunking, ISL trunks, 802.1q trunks, configuring and verifying ISL and 802.1q trunks, VLAN trunking protocol, VTP modes, VTP running, configuring and verifying VTP, enter VLAN routing, router on a stick, chapter summary, key terms, apply your knowledge, exercises, review questions, exam questions, answer to review questions, answer to exam questions, suggested readings and resources. Chapter 10 Introduction to Routing and Routing Protocols. Introduction, the default achievement way. Routing sources, administrative distance, static routes, configuring static routes, floating static routes, default routes, verifying static and default routes, dynamic routing protocols, routing metrics, classified and classless routing updates, interior and exterior achievement way routing protocols, distance vector routing protocols, link state routing protocols, advanced distance vector hybrid routing protocols, the routing table revisited, routing redistribution. Chapter summary, key terms, apply your knowledge, exercises, review questions, exam questions, answers to review questions, answers to exam questions, suggested readings and resources. Chapter 11 Distance Vector Routing Protocols. Introduction, Distance Vector Operations, Routing Loops, Routing Loop Mitigation, Count to Infinity, Split Horizon, Route Poison, Poison Reversed and Hold Down Timers, Triggered Updates, Invalid Dead Timers, RRP Characteristics, RRP Configuration, RRP version 2 characteristics, RRP version 2 configuration, RRP verification, troubleshooting RRP, IGRP characteristics, IGRP configuration, RGRP verification, troubleshooting IGRP, chapter summary, key terms, apply your knowledge, exercises, review questions, exam questions, answers to review questions, answers to exam questions, suggested readings and resources. Chapter 12 Link State and Hybrid Routing Protocols. Introduction, Link State Operations, OSPF characteristics, OSPF initialization, Introduction to Configuring OPSF, OSPF network configuration, additional OSPF commands, verifying OSPF, troubleshooting OSPF, balanced hybrid operations, EIGRP, EIGRP characteristics, EIGRP configuration, EIGRP verification, EIGRP troubleshooting, chapter summary, key terms, apply your knowledge, exercises, review questions, exam questions, answers to review questions, answers to exam questions, suggested readings and resources. Chapter 13, access lists. Introduction, access lists, concepts, functions of an access list, package filtering, quality of service, dial-on-demand routing, network address translation, routing filtering, standard access lists, configuration of standard access lists, placement of standard access lists, standard access list examples, extended access lists, configuration of extended access lists, practical extended access list examples, named access lists, verifying access lists, chapter summary, key terms, apply your knowledge, exercises, review questions, exam questions, answers to review questions, answers to exam questions, suggested readings and resources. Chapter 14, Network Address Translation, Introduction, NAT Concepts, Static NAT, Dynamic NAT, NAT Overload and Port Address Translation, NAT Terminology, NAT Configurations, Static NAT, Dynamic Pool Translation, NAT Overload, Verifying NAT Operation, Chapter Summary, Key Terms. Apply your knowledge, exercises, exam questions, answers to exam questions, suggested readings and resources. Chapter 15, Wide Area Networks. Introduction, WAN connection types, leased lines, circuit switch networks, packet switch networks, broadband, virtual private networks, VPNs, Metropolitan Ethernet, Metro Ethernet, the WAN physical layer, WAN data link encapsulations, serial line internet protocol SLIP, point-to-point protocol PPP, Cisco high-level data link control HDLC, H.25 link access procedure balanced LAPB, frame relay, asynchronous transfer mode ATM, point-to-point protocol over Ethernet, PPPoE and PPP over ATM, PPPoA, Cisco HDLC, PPP, sublayer 1, ISO HDLC, sublayer 2, link control protocol SLCP, sublayer 3, network control protocol, configuring PPP, point-to-point protocol, authentication, compression, verifying PPP, troubleshooting PPP, chapter summary, key terms. Apply your knowledge, exercises, review questions, exam questions, answers to review questions, answers to exam questions, suggested reading and resources. Chapter 16, ISDN, Introduction to Flavors of ISDN, BRI connections, ISDN signaling protocols, ISDN reference points and equipment, configuring BRI interfaces, ISDN switch type, SBIDs, ISDN BRI practical example, configuring BRI interfaces, ISDN switch type, BRI groups, dial-on-demand routing, DDR operation, traditional DDR configuration, configuring static routes, defining interesting traffic, map remote addresses, complete DDR configuration, verification, dialer profile configuration. What's wrong with traditional DDR? Dialer profile concepts, configuring dialer pools, configuring dialer interfaces and associating dialer pools, additional dialer configurations, dialer timers, bandwidth and on-demand and PPP multi-link, troubleshooting ISDN, chapter summary, key terms, apply your knowledge, exercises, exam questions, answers to review questions, answers to exam questions, suggested readings and resources. Chapter 17, frame relay. Frame relay is next, because I'm a little bit tired. So next up is frame relay, chapter 17.